Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a decision that doesn't just affect Wall Street. It affects your loans, savings, inflation, jobs, and even global markets. Former President Donald Trump has officially picked Kevin Warsh to become the next chair of the Federal Reserve, replacing Jerome Powell. Let's break down what this means, why it matters, and my honest take on it. So here's the basic news. Donald Trump has announced Kevin Warsh as his nominee for Fed Chair. If confirmed by the Senate, Warsh will take over once Jerome Powell's term ends in the spring. This wasn't random. Warsh was actually Trump's second choice years ago, before Powell was selected. Now, he's back. And this time, Trump is clearly confident. Trump publicly praised Warsh, saying he believes Warsh could become one of the greatest Fed chairs ever. Now, whether you believe that or not, that tells us something important. Trump wants a Federal Reserve that thinks differently from Powell's Fed. Let's talk about the man himself. Kevin Warsh isn't new to central banking. Former Federal Reserve Governor, 2006 to 2011, served during the 2008 financial crisis. Academic background, finance experience, policy work. He's generally known as a monetary hawk, meaning careful about inflation, skeptical of excessive money printing, wants a smaller Fed balance sheet. But here's the twist. Recently, Warsh has shown more openness to rate cuts, especially if inflation cools. So he's not reckless, but he's not Powell either. This part is important. Trump has repeatedly criticized Jerome Powell for not cutting rates fast or deep enough. Trump believes lower rates equals faster growth equals political and economic wins. Warsh fits this agenda better than Powell, but without looking unqualified or extreme. In my view, this is a strategic pick, not an emotional one. Trump didn't pick a loud loyalist. He picked someone who understands markets, has Fed experience, still aligns more with Trump's economic instincts. That makes Warsh dangerous in a quiet way and powerful. Markets didn't wait. As soon as the news broke, global stocks dipped, treasury yields rose, the dollar strengthened, gold and crypto came under pressure. Why? Because markets are trying to answer one question. Will Warsh be tighter or looser than Powell? Right now, investors think short-term uncertainty, possible long-term tightening, discipline, less tolerance for inflation drifting higher. My honest take? Markets aren't scared of Warsh. They're adjusting to a change in tone. This is where things get serious. The Federal Reserve is supposed to be independent from politics. But let's be real. Every Fed chair exists in a political environment, especially under Trump. Critics worry Warsh may be more responsive to White House pressure, align policy too closely with Trump's growth goals. Supporters argue Warsh respects institutional credibility. He understands what happens when the Fed loses trust. My personal opinion? Warsh is not a puppet, but he's not blind to politics either. That middle ground is where things get tricky. Now it goes to the Senate. Expect tough confirmation hearings, questions about independence, questions about inflation strategy, political drama, guaranteed. If confirmation stalls, Powell could stay longer, creating even more uncertainty. Let me end with this. This nomination is not just about one man. It's about how much power politics has over money, how the U.S. handles inflation versus growth, how global markets read American leadership. Kevin Warsh is experienced, intelligent, and disciplined, but his leadership will test how independent the Fed truly is in today's world. That's the real story. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Warsh will be better than Powell or worse?